Here is a list of seemingly innocent-looking dolls that hold dark, dark stories. Stories of death, sickness, and murder. They have a crowd of paranormal investigators trying to figure out just how evil these dolls could get. Interesting, isn't it? But before we jump in, make sure to subscribe to our channel so you get to hear all of the upcoming episodes in this series. Robert the Doll. Before Annabelle made her big screen debut in The Conjuring, Robert was the most famous doll out there. The doll looks almost simple, with beady black eyes, tiny distressed cuts on his face, a peculiar grin, and a little sailor outfit. An outfit originally worn by his owner, Robert Eugene Otto of Florida. Robert the Doll's story goes back to 1904 when the real Robert, the boy who went by the name Gene, acquired it from his grandfather, who had recently returned from a trip to Germany. This doll was manufactured by the Steiff Company, which made the first teddy bear in the world. Startling contrast, isn't it? The good and the evil. Though this is one theory, people say that a maid of the Otto family gave Jean the doll, and the doll was cursed with voodoo magic. Robert was a constant companion for Jean, and it was accused by the boy of various misdeeds and mysterious moments. Toys were found mutilated, furniture overturned, and eerie giggles heard throughout the Otto home. And Jean always placed the blame on Robert. However, as he grew older, Jean became an artist, and his home was known as the Artist House. There you could see Robert perched in a window on the second-floor room, though not always. People swore that he moved possessions. After Jean died in 1974, Myrtle Reuter purchased the home, and Robert came with it. She said that the doll would move on its own, giggle, and change expressions should anyone talk about Jean. In 1994, she donated the doll to the Fort East Marcello Museum, a gallery which was designed by Jean himself. Robert became an instant attraction, attracting visitors who had heard of him. Kept in a glass case, Robert lives at this museum. He sits with his own doll, a dog with a gaping mouth. People claim to be cursed by him should they insult him or take his photo without his permission. The doll is also credited for interfering with electric devices. Is Robert really cursed with voodoo? What dwells within this seemingly innocent toy? We will never know. But make sure to stay polite when you visit him, else he might set loose a curse on you. Ruby the Haunted Doll. Ruby is a porcelain, paint and fabric doll from the early 1900s. She is a fancy and beautiful doll. According to the museum's descriptions, Ruby spent decades in attics and basements, being passed from one person to another, all of them wanting to do nothing with her. The previous owners came to believe that she holds a spirit of a young girl who died while holding this doll. Like the other dolls, Ruby is said to be able to move on her own. Pretty usual, you might think. But what makes her especially interesting is the feeling of sadness or nausea that overcomes anyone who holds Ruby. Ruby is not necessarily threatening or evil, but she is one sad doll, and you can never be too careful around them. We all grew up with a favorite doll, didn't we? Innocent, beautiful, pretty, and colorful. But could they mean something more? Something sinister and terrifying, sinful and evil? Yes, they do.